Hey guys, Griever here, and as you can no doubt tell from the title, this is going to be a bit of a somber video, but I feel like all YouTubers, every single one of us that follows anime, manga, all that type of jazz, should be talking about this. Even if you only say a word of condolences and stuff at the beginning of your next video, if you put it out on Twitter, I don't care how you do it, but every single one of us that does YouTube, Twitter, any anime, manga fan and lover, and people that make content on these type of platforms should be making some type of condolence or acknowledgement about what happened in Kyoto on Thursday. And this is my thing because I felt like it warranted its own video, and I thought I'd bring you guys a little bit of the news updates as far as today at 5 o'clock Atlantic time, which right now it's 5 p.m. I guess Eastern time would be 4 p.m. sort of idea on Friday. So I just wanted to go over the latest updates with you, so I'll just read this right now. It says that the suspect apparently has mental issues that are undisclosed. They did identify the suspect, and they did get him. Apparently, they thought that plagiarized his work, and he used gasoline to torch the renowned Kyoto animation studio, killing so far, still at present, a total of 33 people, injuring another 35, I believe is the current number. The suspect is 41-year-old Shinji Aoba. I might be saying that wrong, but suffice it to say, it's really tragic. It's in almost 20 or plus years, something like that. This has been one of the worst attacks or death toll, murder spree, etc., whatever you want to call it, things that have happened in Japan itself for such a number of years, and it's left a lot of people devastated. And the whole manga and anime community should be shook up. We are shook up. I personally don't know any manga or animes that I watched from said studio, but that doesn't mean anything. That we should all be acknowledging that this happened, and it's terrible, and it was an attack, and I really hope they throw this guy in the slammer. I really hope, mental issues aside and stuff, that's no excuse, my wife works with a lot of people with autism and alcoholism and a lot of other mental disorders. She works with a lot of people like that, and I don't see any of them out of the hundreds of people that she works with and develops programs for and stuff. I do not exactly see all of them going out and torching buildings, and murdering over 30 people, over 24 people. That's so. In that respect, I really do hope they throw him in the slammer. Unlike our forgiving Western culture, I feel like Europe and Asia have a lower tolerance for forgiveness when it comes to that stuff. So, and that's not a bad thing. I think it's a good thing, because this guy clearly mentally unbalanced, sure, but so what? Still did a crime, do the time, and it's one of the worst things that's happened in almost 2 decades. So it in Japan itself. So I'm distraught over this. My friend actually texted me. The reason I might feel a little more passionate about this is that my friend actually moved to Japan. I drove him to the airport myself a few months ago, and he's been living there, and he's been trying to learn the culture and stuff like that. He might be coming back. We don't know yet. That's up in the air. But he's been doing his what he calls a quarter life crisis. He felt like he needed to move, so he went. And what was scary was Thursday night, and of course I didn't really know the details of this story until later, but Thursday night around 8:30, he told me he was taking a train to go to Kyoto, like Kenshin from Rurouni Kenshin. It's a show we both watched, an anime we both watched together. I got him into it, he watched it, he really liked it. So he said he's going to go to Kyoto and stuff, and that was the joke. And then I wake up in the morning, Friday morning, and I hear about this. I hear about this fire. I hear about all this stuff. Or Thursday morning, I should say. However, it happened either Wednesday night, Thursday night, and I'm all screwed up now because of the time difference. There's that 12-hour time difference. So when the fire happened, when we knew about it here, etc., etc. So it might have been Wednesday night into Thursday. I forget now. Point of the matter is that he was there in Kyoto when it happened. Of course, he was not involved in the blaze. He didn't even know what was going on at the time, and he found out. And But that didn't stop me from freaking out, right? So I was texting him and stuff and being like, wake the hell up, you know. It's middle of the night for him, middle of the day for me, but I'm texting him and I'm hoping to God the man wasn't at that animation, because once again, we're both into anime. He could have been there on a tour for all I knew. It was an anime studio. There was a lot of things. So it scared me a lot more, I guess, because of my friend's personal safety. I mean, he wasn't there. It was fine. He's just, you know, shaken up a little bit by it, of course, because he was in Kyoto at the time. And he was like, well, yeah, I was kind of planning on checking out a few studios, and it could have been the one. You don't know, right? So, that being said, maybe that's why I feel like I need to make this video, because it almost happened to a friend of mine, sort of idea, and it might have been caught up in it. So, they apprehended the suspect so far. I'm just going to keep reading the news about it. The man spoke about his work being plagiarized, but cautioned they needed to wait until... And I'm reading this on CNN, and yes, we all know CNN is crap, but not going to hide that here. But this is just the latest report, the latest one I could find, and it says they know nothing else about the suspect other than he claimed about plagiarized work. He remains sedated in the hospital. He also suffered severe burns, so looks goddamn good on him, doesn't it? So suffice it to say, they found a lot of bodies. 74 people were in the building at the time. Many managed to escape, but a lot didn't. Many were still injured. So it's just crazy. Like, still, so far as I can find out, by scrolling through this article, and then after going on CNN, which I'll just hit backspace here. I also went on Global News. I went on Japan Today. I went on a lot of these different sites. And I, of course, checked out the Guardian News, RT. I checked out all these things on YouTube and stuff. And suffice to say, so far the death toll is still... I hate to use the word thankfully, but it hasn't... Thankfully, it hasn't gone beyond 33, is, I guess, the way I should phrase it. It's still only 33, at 33. There's no nice way to say that, but I'm glad that the death toll hasn't been recalculated to 34 and 35, like people dying in hospital and stuff, yet. Still, some are severely burned, some are still injured, and it doesn't matter. People are still severely burned, as far as I am aware. There are still people suffering third-degree burns, very, very bad. They're alive, but, I mean, third-degree burns, that's not something you recover from. You know, your skin grafts and all that stuff, it's very terrible. This has been a terrible thing. The whole anime manga community should be getting together. I know for a fact there will be some form of GoFundMe page, go donate and stuff, and I don't know when it's going to happen, I don't know what sites, I'm not going to link anybody yet because I don't know myself what I'm going to donate to, but when I find a reputable one, I'll be sure to post it in every video coming out in the next week or so once I find one, and or find, you know, a reputable one, something like the Red Cross or something that you know the money's going to the right place, because a lot of the time there's scams on the internet and stuff, right? So when I find that, I urge everyone to donate, even if you only have $1 in your pocket, please, you know, to spare, please donate that $1. I myself will be disclosing how much I donate when the time comes, but it'll probably be a fair amount of money. I mean, well, I don't really know how much yet. It depends on what I find and stuff. But since, as I said before, this affected me a little bit because I had this bit of a scared attack sort of idea about my friend's safety and stuff like that, and I realized, god damn, like, this attack, which shouldn't have happened, it happened anyways. My friends were there, but even that is irrelevant, but it struck me in the action, you know, because it's not only an animation studio where I do an anime and manga YouTube channel, but my friend was also in Kyoto at the time and could have very well been caught up in the blast. As an anime fan himself, he could have been at the studio at the time. So he wasn't, thankfully, but it could have. So the whole could have freaked me out a little bit, and I feel like we should all, you know, come together in this thing as an anime manga community. Usually we're pretty strong. We have our debates about what character we like, who versus who, all that stuff, what manga and anime is trash, which one's better. But at the end of the day, we are all still big time fans and lovers of anime and manga. We can all agree on that at the very least. So I feel like it would be a disservice not to at least post this video and say my condolences to every every worker that died in the fire and every worker that suffered in the fire and the families and the friends of everyone who died and suffered in that fire and stuff. That's not fair. That shouldn't have happened. The amount of apologies I can make in this one small little YouTube channel doesn't amount to much, but at least it's something. So I hope everyone here, please, like as I said before, I don't have a link right now, but when there is a GoFundMe page or something similar to that, to a Red Cross thing, to donate to it, I urge everyone to donate to help Japan in this and Kyoto in this crisis, in this time of need. I'm sure there's going to be something just set up for the families alone. Like I'm not concerned about the building. I'm concerned about the families of the people that died and suffered. I hope there is something set up at a later date, and if there is, of course, as I've been plugging away, I will be linking that below, and I'll be donating myself. So I'll probably text my friend. I'll ask him where's a site or something like that, because being literally there, he'd probably find it quicker than I will. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I know this is a bit of a somber video, but I feel like it's necessary to talk about it. And so stay tuned to future content and all that stuff. But as I said, right now, this is a news video, and it had to be done. It has to be said, and it has to be brought to light in the forefront. So if you guys didn't know about it, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but now you do. And so that being said, guys, I'm not going to plug my channel or anything like that in this video, but once again, prayers go out to everyone. I'm not a religious person myself, but Samurai Code I can get on board with. So either way, honor, respect, all that stuff, and all the good wishes and all that stuff out to the families and stuff. I have no idea how to end this video without sounding like a dick. So either way, this has been Griever, guys. Check out the articles if you want. See you later.